You're now live.
Thank you. Can I now confirm that the meeting is being live streamed? Good afternoon, and I would like to welcome you all to the Licensing Act 2003 Subcommittee meeting. Can I please ask that the members comply with COVID-19 social distancing and guidance business around the building? There is no planned fire drill today, so if the fire alarm does sound, members of the staff will guide you safely out of the meeting. As this meeting is being streamed, please ensure that your microphone are close enough to pick up your voice, and that if you wish to speak, please press the button on your microphones. Finally, when the meeting has concluded, can I please ask members of the panel to place their papers in the large blue receptacle by the door, any items of rubbish in the swing bin. Thank you. First item on the agenda is the election of chairman.
I'll let Stan Avison to be chair.
Thank you. Do I have a second? Thank you, Councillor. That's great. Lovely. Thank you very much. We will go. Disclosure of interest, if any. Yes.
Thank you, Chair. A personal licensee holder.
Thank you. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, I'll declare the same, personal licence holder.
Thank you very much, Councillor. Thank you. Apologies for absence. There shouldn't be any. Thank you. The next item would be exclusion of the public and press if needed. But other than that, if there's an application for review of a premises licence, report by the council, the county manager, and that's the Mr. Twiddy, please.
Thank you, Chair. So I won't go through the report at the moment because Lincolnshire Police want to put forward a proposal to the committee for consideration, and then, Chair, I think it's probably a matter for you to adjourn and then consider the proposal put by the police. But before you adjourn to consider that matter, you would need to hear the view of the applicant solicitor as well, who's here.
That's
I think, first of all, what I would like to say, looking at both parties, is there anything you're about to say that you would like to be in private session? Because at the moment, the hearing's in public session. So before you move forward with the proposal put forward by the police, or the request by the police, let's say, is there anything you want to say? Sergeant Enderby, you just need for me to switch my microphone off before you can speak. So I'll switch mine off. And then you
That's why it's gone green. Thank you. Well, we're happy for it to be done in public session.
We are in public session, yes.
Have you switched your microphone off now? Is there anything you want to say in relation to public or private session? Okay, thank you. Thank you. So, Chair, the police are going to ask you to consider an adjournment, but they will need to put their case to you. And of course, then you'll need to hear from the the licence holder's solicitor to see their view on the proposed adjournment by the police as well. And then it's a matter for you to retire and to consider whether you wish to continue today or whether you wish to adjourn to a later date. So, Chair, if it's okay for you, I'll hand across to Sergeant Enderby.
Yes, thank you.
He'll put his proposal to you.
Yes, Sergeant Enderby, please.
Thank you, Chair. The circumstances why we're asking for an adjournment, obviously our paperwork has been in for a number of weeks. I spoke, I believe, on the 15th of this month to the legal representative of the premises. He initially told me by telephone that they'd obtained a statement from the male who had been encountered in the premises, who we believed had been illegally working. He didn't really go into any more detail to that. And I asked him at that time, which was last Wednesday, if he could send it to us at the first available time. So we'd have a chance to see it before the hearing in case there was anything additional in it or anything contentious in it. We find ourselves in the situation where it was 7:30 this morning having booked on at 7 o'clock and going through my emails, that it was the first time I've had sight on the evidence bundle. Obviously, we don't just deal with the one hearing before us, we deal with everything that comes in over the weekend across the county to do with licensed premises. So we're having to deal with that as well. It's specifically really in relation to the statement from Mr. Bushy within this bundle, which starts on page 12. There are at least 10 points in it, which I believe, if I had the opportunity to speak to either another officer, police officer who was present at the time, or immigration officers who were there, that could contradict some of the points in the statement which are presented as facts. I also have concerns that there attempts to be an attempt to suggest that the immigration officers have coerced or pressurised the officer, the individual, to make certain facts that he's claiming in this statement. Had I had this a view on this statement earlier, had sight of it earlier, I would have been able to speak to the immigration officers, at very least get a statement off them, or give them the opportunity to come to the hearing to present the evidence to the committee in person, so they could be questioned both by the committee, the representatives of the premises, and ourselves. And really the adjournment is so we can go down one of those routes to either see if they're available to attend at a future hearing, or to get a statement from them.
Lovely, thank you.
Chair, if it's okay, then you'll just need the licence holder's solicitor to put his view forward as to whether he would like an adjournment or whether he wishes you to go ahead today. Thank you.
Okay. If you would like to make your statement, please.
We are here, we are ready to proceed if need be. I understand the police's reason for seeking an adjournment, and I don't think it's one we would strongly oppose per se, but I think we'd if you were minded to adjourn, we would maybe comment that. I'd like to, just state, I think I spoke to the officer before Wednesday saying I was looking to speak to this Mr. Bushy. At that point, I hadn't had his statement. And I think Wednesday was the earliest time I had it signed by him, and there's no gamesmanship here trying to delay matters or anything like that. And I think if we were to adjourn, then there would be other documents we would be looking maybe to put in as well, which we didn't have time to do by the time of this hearing, that we were doing without. And of course, if the police are putting in further documents, we would need then proper time to consider those, take instructions from my client, and then of course there may be further documents in response and rebuttal to those we might look to put in. So depending on the sort of timescales that we're talking about in terms of the police seeking further instructions or comments, then we would ask for suitable time in terms of any, if you were minded to adjourn, any final hearing date to be set quite a few weeks from now, just to give time for that to happen, if possible. Sir, thank you.
Okay, thank you. So in that case, what we will do,
Chairman, can I please just, Sergeant Enderby, can you please give an indication of what sort of timescales, perhaps, we won't hold you to them, but in terms, obviously, hearing what the premises licence holders legal representative have said about, they would obviously appreciate why you've asked for the adjournment, but obviously they'd then want some time to consider it. Do you have any rough idea as to how long it might take you to get your ducks in a row, so to speak, to then factor in timescales from there? Thank you.
I mean, I would hope that an additional statement we can get by the end of the week, and then authorisation if they feel they're able to attend. Again, the same sort of timescale. The only thing that was stopping us trying to get it this morning is the two officers who attended, the children have got COVID, so they're self-isolating with the children at home. So there's the problems about accessibility to computers, etc. But certainly from our side, I wouldn't expect it to take any longer than that. And I don't think ours is going to raise any additional points other than the points that are raised in this statement by the illegal worker. I don't think they'll bring anything additional to it.
Okay, thank you. In that case, we will just adjourn to the members' room for a few minutes to discuss, and then we will return. Thank you. Thank you, Catherine. Yes, we decided to defer the meeting until Friday, the 15th of October at 10 a.m. There will be, our substitute will have to take over because unfortunately, Councillor Leonard can't be here. He's got other duties on that morning. So we will have to have another substitute, but our council substitute that's been here today will be on the committee. So we'll see everyone here, please, at 10 a.m. on the 15th of October. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you, Chair.